Honestly, I am scared for my life. Like, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. I'm so stupid. Welcome back. And yes, I'm on the floor, blah, blah, blah. Let's continue. Before I get started, you know what to do. You know what the deal is, though. Subscribe to my channel. It's easy. That little rainbow you see in the corner of the screen, just click it and it'll subscribe you to my channel. Also, click that little, click that little bell so you know when I post videos, which is 3 times a week. Now this story, oh my god, I want to share it because if something happens to me, this is my testimony and like, it's my proof that someone's literally out to get me. And I'm not even gonna like start talking, I'm not gonna even start rambling, I'm just gonna get down to the story. Time for some little backtracking. So I hate Grindr. I have made videos about it. I have expressed how much I hate it, but in the gay world, it's the most convenient way to get some. Unfortunately, Grindr's full of the scum of the earth or decent fucks, pretty much. Right now, I'm like in months and months off of it, so I'm so happy. But I had a moment last year where I was in my feelings and I tried to drown those feelings in dick, and this is why I'm in trouble now. Now this person would message me on Grindr every single time I made a profile. To the point where he like recognized my pictures, because I don't include my face, and would know it was me. And like, it's just creepy. I would delete my profiles and make new ones just because. And every time I would make a profile, sometimes even without putting a picture, bro, he would message me. Now, I denied him every single time because I'm really not into older guys and he's just like old, like 38 or something, and like that's old to me. I'm young, like I don't have time for that. So I always swerved him, right? Now, I am a heavy drinker, like y'all know, and alcohol really gets me in trouble, and alcohol connected with Grindr will just literally get you in trouble. Beyond, like, it's just not a good mix. The moment that started it all, honestly. After constantly being harassed, because that's what it's, at this point it's harassment, and like I'll get to that point in a second. Let me continue with my story. I was tired of getting harassed, and one day I think I was at the club and I get home and I was belligerent and I was extremely horny, so I was like, I'm gonna make a Grindr account, I'm gonna hook up, it's gonna be fine, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow like nothing and whatever. I didn't think he was gonna hit me up, I didn't think anything of it, and I'm just like on Grindr and bloop, there it is. Stalker hits me up, like the usual, like trying to convince me to hook up, sending me the same pictures, and it's just like being very persistent. Like, guys, PSA, persistence isn't cute, it's annoying, and like if someone's not really into it, stop doing it, stop harassing them, like stop going for it because it's not cute and it can get you in trouble, so stop doing it. So I did let the alcohol get to me and my penis was doing all the thinking, so I eventually caved and was like, whatever, like I'm just gonna freaking do it, use him to get off, and then we're gonna call it a day. I'm gonna wipe my hands clean, you know what I mean? Like I use and dispose type of thing. Sorry, I said it, it's true. He ended up ordering me an Uber because my excuse was, oh, I don't want to drive, I'm drunk, I don't want to drive, I'm drunk. And he was like so persistent that he was like, I'm gonna order you an Uber. Like, I lived like 10 minutes away from him, which is even creepier, but whatever. So my drunk ass, even though I was drunk, gave him an address like a couple houses down from where I lived, but like it was still the same street. Like I should have just walked to the other street over and like tricked him, but I was too lazy and too drunk and it was too cold, so I was not doing it. And I get into my Uber and I'm going to his house, and honestly before he ordered the Uber I was already backing out, and he was like, well, I already ordered it, so it's coming. And I'm like, well, great, now I can't back out. But like it was like a trap. Like I hadn't said yes yet, I was still like trying to not do it, but he was like, oh, it's already coming. So, and I was like, oh, like the what? So let me tell y'all, I get there and he is a total catfish. Like, I'm not gonna say nothing because it's gonna sound very insensitive and very body shamey, and that's not who I am, but it was a catfish, 100%. Like, not the face pics, more like from the neck down. Whatever, it didn't like gross me out or whatever. It was just like annoying. It was annoying. It wasn't unnecessary. Like, I don't catfish anyone because why would you do that? So whatever, I get there and we're just chatting and we get down to business right away because guys swear like you want to be talking. Like Grindr's for hookups. I'm not here to have a conversation. I can go on Tinder for that. Not happening. I just start getting undressed because I'm like, okay, blah, blah, haha. Like, just come do your things to me so I can go home. I am gonna say, I'm not gonna front, his member was a very decent size, which is what made it a little bit easier for me to just be like, whatever. Because that's enough for me. That in the face, he wasn't ugly in the face, it was just his body. I don't appreciate being led on and lied to. I'm sorry. Not that I care about bodies, because I've dated different type of body types before, and I'm not that type of person, honestly. I'm really not. But it was just, I just didn't like being catfished, honestly. The whole experience was awesome. He did very well. He was good. He was decent in bed. It wasn't something that I was gonna do again, because fun fact about me, it's gonna make me sound very gross and disgusting, but I don't tend to hook up with someone twice. I don't go back for seconds, because that gives people the wrong impression. It makes you think that you are interested, like, more than just sex. And I just, like, it's happened to me before where I just hook up with the same person more than once, and they think that I'm interested and they keep like talking to me, and I'm just like, no, you were just like a good fuck, and like, leave me alone. Now this is where the story gets a little tricky, and this is where I know he was planning some shit. Now he checks Uber, and I don't know why I didn't check it myself, but he's telling me like, oh, it's really expensive, like I'd rather just drop you off, or you can sleep over. And I'm like, I'm not sleeping over. You can literally get up right now and drop me off. Like, at this point, I was giving a little tweet. I'm like, no, you can drop me off. Like, I just came to get what I wanted, which I did, and I'm done. So, get me home. He literally leaves in a bathrobe. Like, it was cold. Like, to me, it was cold. It was night. It was like 1 a.m. Like, it was like chilly. It was like 40s, 50s. Like, that's cold. We get in his car, he drives me to my house. I still tell him to drop me off a little bit more down, like at the end of the street, but like, I obviously live in that street. Like, he already knew that I lived in that street. That was the first and only incident and only hookup I ever had with this person. Literally, never hooked up with him again. I think like a week or two passed by, and same situation, I get drunk, I'm horny, I wanna go on Grindr, blah, blah, blah. Now, I hadn't made a Grindr again after that, because another thing about me is that once I hook up with someone off Grindr, it takes me like forever to like want to hook up again, because if y'all gays know, once you hook up on Grindr, you feel so gross and disgusting after. I don't know about you, but I do, and I just like feel like a dirty prostitute. So I'm like, I don't want to do it anymore, and so I'm over it and I want to do it again. Tell me how. I make an account, and bloop, like before I even put my bio and picked a picture and changed my age, he messaged me. I think he had like figured out where I was on the grid, because I never leave my house. So that's so creepy though, for him to like know where I am on the Grindr grid, and like having him know it's me. What? Oh my god. He messages me and I ignore it. He keeps going and I ignore it. He keeps going and I ignore it. And eventually I'm like, hi, like, and he's like, oh, whatever, trying to talk to me. And then he goes, so you want to come over again, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, I'm not interested, like, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, why not? You were interested that day. Like, trying to be shady, like, oh, you were interested that day. You sure seemed interested when you were here. You sure seemed like you wanted it when you, like, I was drunk and horny. Like, of course I was into you and I was horny. Like, the second I finished, I was disgusted with me and everything that I just did in that room. Like, stop trying to judge me. My thing is, I was literally honest. I'm like, my thing is, I do not hook up with the same person twice, because it's just not something that I do. It gives people the wrong impression. I just, no, it's not happening. When I tell you that he was so, I wish I should have screenshotted this. When I tell you he was mad, he was mad. Like, he didn't say he was mad, but like the way he started responding to me was annoying. The conversation ended up being like, he was trying to shade me, like, oh, blah, blah, like, also now you don't want to hook up with me? Like, was it my body? Was it because I was fat? Was it because of this? Was it because of my nose, or because of my age, or my hair? I'm like, no, I just told you that I don't hook up with the same person twice. And then he repeated the same thing, and I'm like, no. It's literally, like, that's how vain I am, and narcissistic, like, that's how horrible I am. Like, I will only hook up with you once. I mean, unless you're packing some serious heat and you're like, whoa, it's not happening again. I'm sorry. Like, you were just an easy lay and I'm done. A lot of these incidents kept happening where we had the same conversation and it became a thing where he would message me just to bother me. Like, he literally told me, like, I just like bothering you. I just like messaging you because I know you don't like me. I know you don't want to talk to me. So he like literally would message me every single time, some shady, messy shit, trying to mess with me and get it under my skin. And I'm not gonna front though, in the beginning, he was getting under my skin. But the more it happened, wow, this makes me sound like I download Grindr a lot, but I don't. Well, I do. I just don't use it every time or like ever. I just like download it to see what's happening, if there's any new fresh meat out there, but there usually never is. So it just kept happening and happening, and it's just so stressful. And at this point, I'm like, listen, you're like literally harassing me, and I generally told you what I felt. It wasn't because of your body. It wasn't like, at this point I was like afraid. And I was like, I'm still concerned. I'm still afraid right now. And that's when they started saying, well, I know where you live. I know where your house is. Like, I can come to your house. And I'm like, are you serious? Is this serious? Is this seriously happening to me? Like, did I put it down that good, though? That you're gonna, like, come to my house and stalk me or something? Like, what is going on? I can't believe that. Also, around this time, I started having a lot of random flat tires. Like, I would rock out to my car, go to work, and I would have a flat tire, and I'd be like, what the hell? Like, why do I have a flat tire? Like, I had 3 incidences where I had a nail in my tire. If I find the picture of the one incident that most recently, I'm going to insert it here. I definitely saved the picture, so if I found it, I'm going to put it in here. If I didn't, I'm sorry. And I was just like, whoa, that last one that I just showed, hopefully, was the one that was like, click, like, someone's messing with you and it has to be that person. Because he told you that he knew where you lived. Like, what? So that all leads me to literally a month ago. Literally a month ago today. Where's my phone so I can read this to you guys? So at this point, I had been celibate for a very long time. And still am, because no man is worth my body. Like, no man is worth getting all of this. I'm sorry. And honestly, I would make a Grindr just to see if someone would be worth me breaking my celibacy. Like, if someone's a fine ass guy and he wants to get it, he can get it. But it never happened, so whatever. You know, I stayed celibate. Babes, you wouldn't believe what happened to me next. I make a Grindr account. And I didn't think anything of it. I honestly hadn't blocked him in a long time, but I knew his profile because he has the same little bio, same everything. Like, I knew it was him. At this point, I knew that was him. Until he messaged me. And I'm gonna insert the clips as I read them, starting with this one. Come get blown. Which I literally was over, and I responded, have you ever considered leaving me alone? Question mark. He goes, no. I'm like, you are literally harassing me. I'm genuinely concerned. Like, I honestly, I'm not even being dramatic. Like, I'm genuinely concerned. Like, I might have to get a restraining order of this person because I'm over it. As to what he says, this is next set of text. I deleted your Instagram because I couldn't deal with your self-absorbed arrogance. As to I replied, oh my god, that's me though, because I'm not gonna give you the satisfaction of me being upset. Which honestly, genuinely guys, I didn't really care that he said that because I'm still young and cute. And he goes, don't be concerned. I'm like, so I'm glad you did. LMAO, you sound so mad. I'm enjoying this. I really was enjoying it because he's really mad about the fact that I don't want his gross ass. Next set of text. And he goes, I'm not. Haven't broke a sweat. I'm like, LMAO, okay, well have a good night. He goes, okay then, we will. I'm genuinely glad. I'm genuinely impressed by your vocab. Your sarcasm is dope. Next set. I'm like, awesome. He goes, yeah, your friend was a lot nicer. Better fuck too. I think he's up with someone that I know. I don't really care, but as to I reply, LMAO, alright. And then he goes, with you, I'm glad I kept the lights off. But he goes, but that dick, ... It's good. As to I just reply, LMAO, alright. And at this point, that was the last one by the way. At this point, I blocked him and that was it. Now, this is my thing. If somebody doesn't want you, if somebody is not interested in you, and you are honest with them, just take the loss. Like, we already hooked up, you already experienced all of this, and clearly you're mad about it because I don't want you again. Clearly I was good enough for you to want me again. And by the way, I told him to turn the lights off because I didn't want to see him, so and yeah, I have a goofy face, I have a big head, I have a big goofy smile, but I'm not ugly. Like, I know I'm not ugly. Like, I 100% know I'm not ugly. Like, I'm cute. I'm a cute boy. Guy. Whatever. So, I may sound a little mad, but I'm really not. I just want to put him on blast because he probably watches these videos because he's such a stalker. So if you're watching this, stalker, I know what you look like. I've saved your pics. I know you work at a school. So if you don't want to lose your job, because I genuinely can find out where you work, please leave me alone. Like, I've never said this to you personally, but I'm saying it to you now in front of everyone that watches my videos. Leave me alone before I get your ass fired. And pop one more tire and we'll see what happens. And that wasn't a threat, it was a promise. Honest to God, I don't want to make a grinder ever again. And if I ever do, I block him immediately because I don't want to deal with the harassment. Like, I cannot believe I have a stalker, kind of. Like, he probably comes to my house and watches me or something. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, and I come home late sometimes, so like, I'm surprised that nobody's trying to jump me, like him, actually. So, moral of the story is, guys, be careful. Honestly, if you're messing around with someone on apps like this, be really careful. There's some psychopaths out there, yo, and you will meet them on Grindr for sure. Be safe. Tell your friends where you're going. Send them your location. Be upfront. Be honest. Be nice to people because you don't know who's gonna snap and stab you when they gonna pick you up. Like. But other than that, babes, thank you so very much for watching my video again and sitting through a long, rambly story time. I hope you like this story time. Before I go, leave me comments below of like incidences that you've had, like people harass you or stalk you or something. Like, just leave me a little comments. And love you guys. Love you, babes. Love all of you, honestly. Bye.